A killer whale is a dolphin.
Is dolphin like the subheading of marine mammal? And orcas fall under dolphin? Or is
yeah,
it
dolphin.
like,
It's another term. Dolphin. No, there's a bunch of different kinds of dolphins. And an orca is a dolphin.
Okay.
That's at least when I ran onto Google.
Which I think that's basically exactly what Erik was saying. He was saying, isn't there the main heading of dolphin and then orca is a subheading of dolphin? And Colleen's like, no, there's a whole bunch of dolphins and orca is a subheading. Okay.
Dolphins have attempted to mate with different scuba divers. Random people, there's dolphins like humping like a dog on like people trying to swim with dolphins.
Honestly, I would love to see a dolphin humping Fifi. I would pay to see that because Fifi would be very confused. That's hilarious anyway. Hey everyone, welcome back to another rapturous review of Colleen's podcast. Oh, I've got to adjust this. Nope, that is not what we want. We want this. There we go. Unfortunately, I had to use YouTube because YouTube was acting up. So very sorry. I am adding to her paycheck today, but we're going to try to rush through this because I have to start work in about an hour. So that's not a good idea. And we're going to put it on 1.25 speed and hit play.
That's the name of our podcast. Hello, everyone. Before you listen to this week's episode, I just wanted to give you a warning that Erik and I sound like very strange AI robots. Our microphones decided to have a party and not work. And so we sound a little weird. We did everything we could to fix the audio, but it just sounds a little funky. And I'm so sorry about that. I'll do everything that I can in the future to make sure it doesn't happen again. But we still really wanted to post this episode because we love it and we thought it was a fun one. So we hope you guys can enjoy it as well, even though we sound like robots. Here you go. Please enjoy. Thanks. Hello, welcome to Relax the Podcast. I'm Colleen Ballinger here with Erik Stockland, my co-host and handsome husband.
Carrot Daddy.
Kevin Daddy. I'm so
Giving into it.
because we're gonna talk about something I've been wanting to talk about for a while.
What's that?
Girl, are you ready? Are we jumping right in?
That's what this is. It's a jump right in medium.
Well, first we should address
He's
your
so
sexy
excited.
voice, I guess.
Oh, I'm a little bit raspy today. I'm a little bit under the weather.
Eric's a little sticky wakey.
Sicky wicky.
Yeah, it's so strange. Like
How old are we, Colleen? Okay.
when you have children,
You're sick all the time.
it just I think it's like having kids just means someone is always.
Spot the uvula twins. I almost couldn't find them, but they're right there. I don't know what they're doing. It's probably disturbing, but there they are. Woo! Oh, come on.
Sick.
Always.
Like it's all literally always.
Yeah.
Like we will, and it'll go through like Wesley will get sick, and then Phil will get sick, and then Maisie will get sick, and you'll get sick, then I get sick, and by the time I'm sick,
A new one is starting.
a new one has started. Yes,
But it does kind of domino effect like that.
it totally does.
Like over like the course of 2 weeks, and last 2 weeks has gone by, then a new
and someone's sick again.
virus has started.
Not fun.
And no variants.
Little Mr. Stockland pants here is not fun at all. But I have some fun.
Little Mr. Stockler pants.
I'm doing it.
See, even her little nicknames can be so condescending. You can tell he was like, excuse me? Okay, come on.
I have some fun comments that I want to read.
Oh, those are always so fun.
And I also have, oh man, am I ready for relax today?
Me too.
Oh
Do you want to
dear.
go first? Do you want to go
I
first?
still think I've gone first the past couple weeks, so why don't you start us off?
Sure.
Real Miss Denim Lovey Pants.
Thanks. That's so. I love when you talk dirty to me.
Ew, no.
Mine's long. We're gonna be here a while. So, is that okay?
Oh, great.
I expected nothing less.
Okay. Because my relax this week is dolphins.
Oh my god.
So I have
Oh.
notes.
Well, at least it's about dolphins. I assumed it was going to be about her if it's going to be that long. But...
Your love for maritime mammals.
I wrote a thesis.
Wait,
I literally wrote this out.
you have a spreadsheet?
I have 2 pages worth of.
When was the last time you printed a Word document
Today? How you about?
about dolphins?
Literally today. So this
She
is.
got so annoyed. Did you see her eyes there? She's like, shut up. Shut up.
Okay. So dolphins. Everyone loves a dolphin, right? Who doesn't love a dolphin? I've loved dolphins since. Who's that? Lisa Frank started making neon
The trap
folders
keepers.
and trapper
do.
keepers and backpacks and pencils and stickers.
I miss Lisa. I mean, Lisa Frank stuff I think still exists, but I loved her when I was young. I don't know if any of the female viewers were into Lisa Frank. I thought her stuff was so fun.
Since I was a wee little tot.
I've never seen a dolphin and not been with dolphin and not been like, oh look, a dolphin, and had to anyone else around have to make sure that they know that I saw a dolphin too and point to where the
Yeah, so
dolphin
exciting.
at least was in the ocean.
Every experience I've had with a dolphin has been lovely, wonderful experience. I had swam in the wild with dolphins.
Oh, I've never done that.
In Hawaii, it was magical. For your birthday, not last year, but the year before, we went on a boat and we were swarmed by beautiful dolphins jumping during a sunset. So my dolphin experiences have always been pretty magical. But dolphins need to relax because there's a dark side of dolphins that I didn't even know about.
Yes.
Do you know what this? Hear about this? So I came across, I'm going to say it, a TikTok the other day, and it was this person who was like, hi, she's like a marine biologist or something, living out every millennial woman's dreams.
Oh, then I believe this to be fact, whatever she said.
She said, what's so funny?
Which means he doesn't believe this at all.
Everyone loves dolphins, but did you know that anyone that works with like sea life or works with the ocean hates dolphins? Like they are so mean. And I was like, huh? And I was in the comments, all these people were like, yeah, I work for the ocean.
Yeah, what?
And
I work for the ocean.
What do you mean?
I don't know,
Like they
people
work
who
at
like
SeaWorld?
marine biologist type people. People who science the ocean. They're not as
Job descriptions per Colleen. I science the ocean. There we go. I'd love to see her resume. No, we won't even go there.
crazy as you think. And I was like, what? So I looked it up and love it's wild.
What do you mean, like dickheads?
What? Let me flaw my nose.
Okay.
Dolphins are often seen as cute, friendly, and gentle animals from the ocean. But these beloved, playful creatures have a dark side. Dolphins have many lesser-known behaviors that could be described as overly sexual and malicious. Contrary to
I'm sorry, did you copy and paste this or did you write this?
obviously a copy and paste. What do you think I am? A genius?
I'm just like, it didn't sound like your vocabulary, so
None of us see you as a genius, but I strongly believe that Colleen thinks she's a genius, but pretends she's not. Pretends she thinks she's not to try to get into people's good graces. But the moment people start treating her like she's not a genius, she gets mad. So, yeah.
Well, I did edit it down. So I took excerpts from multiple different
there's
articles.
a bibliography will follow.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. There's a lot of.
Go for it. Sorry to
I need to give a lot of credit to different articles. And
Malicious behavior by dolphins.
yes, okay. Contrary to their reputation for friendliness, dolphins can display aggressive behavior towards humans and other marine species. While interactions with humans are often positive, there have been documented cases of dolphins exhibiting aggressive tendencies, including biting, ramming, and even sexual assaults. Some,
I think you're supposed to say essayed.
oh yeah, sorry. And some SA moments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
You said before, yes.
Smexual small. I don't know what rhymes with that. Nothing. Some human scuba divers have been put into compromising positions as dolphins.
Scuba divers?
Yeah, scuba divers. Dolphins have attempted to mate with different scuba divers. Random people. I read an article about a little girl who was like attacked by some dolphins trying at some like amusement park. There was dolphins like humping like a dog on like people trying to swim with dolphins. Like they're aggressive.
Okay, I'm not. She should not have included the comment about the little girl. That was absolutely unnecessary. But honestly, I would love to see a dolphin humping Fifi. I would pay to see that because Fifi would be very confused. That's hilarious. Anyway, poor Fifi.
Let's do that.
Yeah. So if they're feeling particularly aggressive in mating, they can put scuba divers in
Horny
positions.
is the word to it.
They will not be able to escape from underwater and maybe slip into what the dolphin believes is submission. Even on land, you're not safe. Some dolphins have been reported humping the legs of humans that were in water.
Oh my word.
Dolphins are, here's where it gets bad. Okay, so right now you're just like, what? So like dogs hump legs, like dolphins can't hump legs, right? No, love. They're aggressive and it's about to get worse.
Well, no, I mean, I'm sure there's equal examples of dolphins like saving someone's life as the shark was following them or carrying them to shore because they were drowning. You know what I mean? I'm sure like lots of...
Okay, someone's only seen the movie Flipper and hasn't actually done science research.
Flipper, a dolphin tail.
Okay, you know what, love? I don't want to hear about...
I auditioned for a dolphin tail.
The movie?
Yeah. The one where like the dolphin has...
Yeah, I know it is. Of course I know that.
I auditioned for that movie. It was like one of my first auditions.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Congratulations.
I didn't get it.
No. Okay, so it's about to get bad.
Okay.
Dolphins are kidnappers.
What?
When male dolphins want to mate, some will form an alliance of a few dolphins, then they will select one female dolphin to kidnap from a pod and take her away. They'll attack her and separate her from the group, and then they take her where they can have her alone, and the dolphins take turns mating with the female dolphin and only let her leave after they finish. And if the female dolphin tries to leave, they bite her, smack her. They've found wounds on female dolphins. They've even females, babies, like brand new babies, because they want all the attention for themselves and they just want to mate, and they're like, this is distracting you.
I do not like this episode.
And they kill the babies. They needlessly torture their victims. Some dolphins have been observed slapping little fish around for fun or even tossing them up on a beach to watch them suffocate slowly. They kill animals that they don't
I really don't like this episode.
even eat for fun. They torture animals for fun. Here's a wild one.
Well, you wouldn't know
Dolphins
anything
do
about that,
drugs.
Colleen.
You ready for this? There's a particular
Not
species
that,
of
well,
glowfish.
actually, oh my word. Wasn't there something she did that she didn't really admit to regarding an animal, and I don't remember what the details are, so I'm not going to pretend to know, but like, interesting. Yet again, Colleen being completely unaware of herself. Okay.
That secretes a neurotoxin, and in high doses of this neurotoxin, you can get muscle cramps or even have painful, right? But in small doses, it seems to have an effect similar to mare-hi-wana. And the dolphins grab it. Yes, a pot of dolphins will happily take and pass the poor blowfish between each other.
Pass them
like
around?
a joint. And when the blowfish has exhausted its supply of poison, they soon find another. Hello? They're druggies?
Well, what else? They don't
SA, other dolphins and humans. They
Like,
attack and
excuse that.
torture other animals.
I'm just saying, like, they don't have. They're very smart animals that like don't have phones, or like
What animal has a phone?
So we just need to give dolphins smartphones, and then they won't be so evil and violent. Good to know. All right, somebody get on top of that.
I'm just saying, they're very cerebral. They're very smart, and they don't have they're bored.
That's not an excuse for
I
SA.
certainly no. I said it doesn't excuse that behavior, but the whole
So according to Erik, the way that we end violence all around the world is just make sure everybody has a smartphone. Sounds logical to me. Let's do that.
like everything else, it's just sound like a smart bored fish.
Okay, first of all,
They don't even have like couches.
wait not
There's
to yes
always,
get me here. Dolphins are evil.
No,
For say.
I mean sure, but I'm just trying to find. I'm just
The positives.
Oh,
This is making Erik very uncomfortable. He does not like to hear about all these things. I'm sure he loves dolphins, and even if he didn't love dolphins, he just doesn't. None of us want to be hearing these horrific facts about dolphins. So he's just trying to find levity and push away this and just be like, can we please be done here? Yeah.
Druggy,
Druggy,
SA, and anyway, here's where it gets crazy, and this is a good example of it.
That's not
So
crazy.
I just wanted to talk about how dolphins are kind of like the worst.
If it gets worse than this, I kind of feel like maybe we should just skip this episode because this is turning into a horror movie that I did not ask for.
Right?
yeah.
I love a dolphin, by the way. This does not deter me from loving dolphins. I will still squeal with delight when I see them popping out of the water. I love dolphins, but now my eyes are open to that they're maybe not so nice.
I will
But
not.
here's the deal. First of all, did you know a killer whale, like an orca, that's a dolphin? So a whale?
What do you mean?
It's literally a dolphin.
Let's call it an orca. It's a killer whale. Orca. Are dolphins orcas?
No, orcas
So what's
are
the-
dolphins.
It's
A killer whale is a dolphin.
is dolphin like the subheading of
Yeah.
marine mammal? And
No.
orcas fall under dolphin, or is
Yeah,
it,
dolphin.
or is
An
there
orca
another
is a
term?
dolphin. No, there's a bunch of different kinds of dolphins, and an orca is a dolphin.
Okay.
That's at least when I ran out of Google.
Which I think that's
Maybe-
basically exactly what Erik was saying. He was saying, isn't there the main heading of dolphin and then orca is a subheading of dolphin? And Colleen's like, no, there's a whole bunch of dolphins and orca is a subheading. Okay, whatever.
That's not true, but
I
that's
don't know.
not anyway.
I think they look more like a dolphin than they do
I do
certain
too.
whales.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Like think about whale. They have a blowhole in the back, but they also wait. So it is dolphin, but they don't have
Gray whale,
whales.
exactly.
Whales don't have like do whales have fins on the top?
Yeah.
I guess they do. Wait, do they?
Dolphins too.
Well, dolphins do. Hang on, I just sound stupid. Okay, and I'm about to sound
I
whatever.
love whales. You don't even know if they have fin on the back.
So no, whales.
Yeah.
No, I know, but for some reason I'm thinking of like a huge. I'm thinking of their tummies, like a big humpback whale.
What? Why do you think?
I don't know what. I don't know. I feel like we should cut all this because it just is like us.
Yeah,
thinking
I was
about
just saying,
dolphin
can we
tails
please
and
move
fins
on?
Anyway,
Oh,
so my
Lord.
relax initially was how dolphins are mean and they need to relax. But then my brain being my brain, I got a little distracted and now I have a new relax. Okay.
Oh
so
dear. Eric's
when I
like,
was reading
yay!
facts about the dolphins, I saw that there are some dolphins that are endangered. And I was like, I just thought dolphins were dolphins. But of course, there's lots of different types of dolphins, like the killer whale is a big dolphin. But there are lots of different kinds. And then I was reading about the different endangered dolphins, like the Atlantic humpback dolphin, the Amazon river dolphin, the Maui dolphin. These are all different dolphins. There's multiple that are endangered.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I totally had no idea there were that many dolphins, and that's awesome. But if they're all evil like that, then I don't care. No, I will always kind of like dolphins, but like, I'll like them from a distance. That's for sure.
And then it got me thinking, well, how do you know if it's endangered, right? Like, and then I started really thinking about it. I was like, and extinct, like, how do you know it's extinct? Like, maybe you just haven't seen one in a while. Like, who's making these? Like,
Questions are pretty big.
and that's kind of not
So,
like
specifically dolphins being extinct are all extinction.
just like extinction. Okay, so I'll get into it, but like
Well,
extinction.
I mean, there are
and
people that like
endangered-
spend their lives studying this and they tag and they
One
like,
person can look at an
migration.
entire world and count them all. Like, come on.
I'm sure.
I think so,
I'm
blind.
sure there is logic
Because
behind this.
this is what-
That's more than like I haven't seen one in a while.
Right. Well, because this what got me thinking about this. So I'm like, oh, all these animals are, all
Hopefully.
these dolphins are endangered. The Atlantic humpback dolphin. It said there's about 1,500 left in the wild. And I thought, who's counting? How? We have only discovered.
Biologists who like
No.
like
Time out. No. We've only like discovered or explored or whatever. Like, what is it? 2% of the ocean? Something crazy small number. 1%, 2% of the ocean. You're telling me you can openly admit, I've only seen 1% of the ocean, but I know there's only 1,500 dolphins left. You're a liar.
I'm certain that like
There's gotta be
all the names,
more.
but like you're not have to look that far. If it's a Maui dolphin, it assumes like deer or Maui. If it's the whatever river dolphin, then I'm assuming it's in that river.
How do you know? What if it's?
And so they're looking there.
What if it's only?
I'm not gonna lie, I can see her logic there. I don't know how any of it works. I have no idea how anyone keeps track of all of these crazy things they keep track of, but it does make sense. If there's so much of the ocean that we've not explored, what if there's other creatures? I'm wondering perhaps if the amount of ocean we haven't explored is less like upper surface level area where dolphins clearly are because they have to have air, versus the incredible depths down below that have crazy creatures way down below. Maybe that's the other 98%. I don't know. Anyway.
A few there, and because the actual ones are all in that other 99% of the ocean we haven't gotten to yet.
I don't know. I think there's more of a science to determining if a species is on the endangered of being extinct.
You don't think it's a little
Probably.
suspicious that there are only 1,496 this many of this creature?
Well, I know
like,
it's like
who's counting?
I will.
How you explored?
I know-
You looked everywhere.
I know it's like the California condor. Like there is like
She sounds
there's
like a little
very
kid.
specific
Have you
amount.
looked everywhere?
And they look. It's a bird. It can fly anywhere.
No, with like
You
but
cover
there's like
all of them. You know
hundreds
for
of people
sure.
that are like obsessed and live for this, and yes, and they do know where they all are.
There's no way they got
this
them all. It's a lie. And I appreciate
whatever.
people who do this.
Do whatever you want, people. Animals are not going extinct.
No, they are going extinct, of course, because I looked into it more. Okay, because this is where I went.
Of course you
wait,
did.
This is kind of crazy. Okay, so now I was
Because
like, what?
Colleen does not have much to do with her time. Anyway.
Causes something to be endangered or extinct, or what classifies, not what causes it, because we don't cause it, but like
People.
Yeah, people, climate change, but like what classifies something as endangered or extinct. So then I searched it, and extinction, when I first thing that popped up on Miss Dr. Google is extinction is the death of all members of a species of plants, animals, or other organisms. One of the most dramatic examples of a modern extinction is the passenger pigeon. A pigeon, I thought to myself, we were just
Aw.
talking about pigeons. The passenger pigeon is
I
extinct.
love
What are you
pigeons.
talking about? So I Googled that.
We love pigeons on this.
Love pigeons. And there's passenger
Erik is like, somebody save me. Please get me away from this stinking podcast. He's so done.
Almost every episode.
So I Googled passenger pigeon. There's pictures of pigeons, this passenger pigeon, apparently. It's beautiful. And I was like, it looks familiar to me. I'm like, I feel like I've seen that.
I mean, dude,
So I looked that up, okay? They were once one of the most abundant birds on the planet, living in the United States. But hunting on a very massive scale, over-exploitation by humans, as well as deforestation, led to their extinction. And then it put a date, September 1st, 1914. So then I thought, well, that's, first of all, how do they know that the last one died on September 1st, 1914, or whatever? Like, they didn't even have computers, right?
Love.
It's called, whatever. But then I still thought, that's fair. Okay, that's what classifies an extinction. You haven't seen it in 100 years. Like, yeah, that thing's freaking gone. Like, if no one has seen a passenger pigeon in 100 years, it's extinct. That's fair. But then it got me thinking.
okay, your relax isn't an opinion. Your relax is like, you're like, I don't believe science.
No, I do. Oh my God, I love science so much.
But like,
I very believe science. I'm talking about,
I very believe, okay. That needs to be a t-shirt. And I quote, I very believe science. Colleen Ballinger at the, as the quote person down below. Oh my word.
extinction, and I'm so grateful for the people who study this stuff to help endangered species. I think it's important.
Good, I'm glad you said that.
But I'm just saying that, like, when people, I don't
Maybe dodo birds are out there. We just haven't seen one in a while.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He's
Passenger
so
pigeon, you don't see it
annoyed.
in 100 years. Okay, I buy it. Okay, but listen, this is where I'm sold again. I'm like, okay, extinction does exist because obviously dinosaurs are extinct. We haven't seen those in millions of years. But then, like, passenger pigeon, okay, we haven't seen 100. So then I'm like, but is there anything that's recently gone extinct? So I googled that, and so I'm gonna tell you things
This
that
is
recently gone
Colleen's brain.
extinct. Golden toad is extinct. Okay.
Whirlwind of
Date of extinction, 2019. That's sus to me.
'Cause you're like,
really?
It's only been 5 years.
It's only been a few years,
don't peek around.
and y'all are like, we haven't seen it in a while. It's a little frog. Like, how many people are looking for that specific golden toad? How many?
Somebody-
How many scientists are looking for
somebody-
that
Poor little
specific
toad.
golden toad? There is not enough people looking for that specific golden toad. You don't know with
because
confidence that there are none anymore.
There might be someone that studies, like, there's probably a name for someone that studies frogs,
course there are.
amphibians, whatever, and like,
Of course.
and they're researching this kind of frog because it had its own neurotoxin that could get you high or it could cure cancer, and so like someone was keeping track of them, and then
course.
and then they can't find them anymore.
I don't deny that there are people who specialize in these things, lots of incredible, brilliant scientists and people who want to help these frogs and whatever. I'm not denying that. I'm saying that there's not enough of those people. The ratio isn't great enough to say confidently, like, if let's say let's be generous and say there's 1,000, 10,000 of these people.
Look at
think
Eric's
10,000
body
people-
language, the way he's leaning and just looking at her. This is the body language of someone that's like, why are we having this conversation? Like, you don't believe it, I do. This is so annoying. I can't speak any sense into you. Why am I here? Like, look at that. That's exactly what he's saying.
All over the whole world for this fraud. You could confidently say you looked everywhere in the whole world. And
Well, they can't just do a census. You're right, but like, I
I think they should change the definition of extinct to humans have not located one in a certain number of years.
and after a certain amount of years, then you can say it's extinct.
Then you can say it's extinct. The definition needs to change of extinct to not like it doesn't exist.
I certainly-
It's very narcissistic to be like, well, I haven't seen it, so it doesn't exist.
Well, I've certainly seen headlines.
Colleen, it's very narcissistic to say, I don't think I hurt those people, so I didn't. In the way that they claimed.
Many times in my life, I feel like thought to be extinct, whatever, found in here. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's my point. People are claiming, well, I haven't seen it, so it doesn't exist anymore. And that's what I type to you.
A lot of the people that do this are bringing awareness to
I know.
to
Very important.
deforestation.
Because can I tell you
and
something
climate
else?
change.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but I'm really on a roll. I'm almost done.
Sorry, but
This is the thing is, it's
oh,
very
that is a
important that these
really
people do
important life lesson, and I'm not saying that I don't ever do this, but if you say sorry, but sorry is not sorry anymore. If you want to really say sorry to someone, you say, I am sorry, period. So, just a fun fact of the day.
this because, so I'm looking at what's most recently been extinct, right? And there are a few animals, but guess what there mostly is, okay? Tell me if you hear anything in common with these creatures. So golden toad, extinct, right? Mountain mist frog, date of extinction, 2021. Sharp-snouted day frog, date of extinction, 2021. Chiriqui harlequin frog, date of extinction, 2019. Splendid poison frog, date of extinction, 2018. Porkwin robber frog, date of extinction, 2019. What is happening to the frogs? We need to talk about this.
No, we don't.
You and I.
No, we don't.
Disappearing. And I didn't know what's happening to the amphibians.
Why is Fox News not talking about
Then
this?
I searched what's happening to the amphibians. Where are they going? And it turns out that humans are killing off all the frogs. It's like climate change, and there's a lot of reasons.
I honestly thought you were going to bring it full circle and say dolphins are knocking them like into rocks for fun.
And dolphins are
I gotta say, I like the way Eric's brain works a whole lot more than Colleen's, and I really wish that's where she took this, but whatever. Of course it's not, because we're down the rabbit hole that none of us has to go down.
Murdering. Oh,
killing all frogs.
that's really disturbing that a very specific species is being.
Yeah, and then when I Googled it, there was so much news on it. Like, there's so many
Not to mention, I love frogs. Are some of those frogs?
And we also need to do some more research on frogs too, because I didn't do enough research on it at the time because I had to come here and record this. But I did read that like you're not supposed to touch a lot of frogs because the oils from our
Yes.
skin
I knew
can
that.
hurt
Oh,
them.
my
but
word.
we catch frogs with fun sometimes.
So we've caught on a couple. Yeah.
So we shouldn't do that. Well, I need to look up the different species that
We're
allowed
not
to touch.
handling them though. We're like so we're walking around.
I misunderstood what she was going to say, but I have a funny story. So I definitely heard that a lot of frogs are poisonous on the outside, so you don't want to touch them because they have poison on their bodies that we don't want for ourselves. But there was one time that there was an adorable little tree frog on my windshield. And so before I drove off, I picked it up and put it to safety and had slime on my hand and just was, this is so gross, but I just absentmindedly was like, oh no, I don't have anything in my car to get the slime off. So I just had a paper bag and I just like absentmindedly wiped my hand on the paper bag, assuming that would take the slime off. It did not. And then of course, stupidly, because I'm me, I itched my eye. The level of burn that my eye was burning, I was like, if I go blind from a stinking tree frog, first of all, that's going to be hilarious. But second of all, dear God, please don't let me go blind. Of course I didn't, but don't touch tree frogs and then itch your eyes right afterward. Not that anyone would ever do that, but apparently people like me do.
It doesn't matter. Your hand, the oils from your skin are supposed to touch a lot of amphibians, and I didn't know this.
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful for all the people who are.
I think
trying to
salamanders
help.
too.
Yeah, like we shouldn't be touching these things.
Oh.
And I also saw recently that some forms of snails, like if you touch a snail, like I think it's the snail saliva, if it gets into your body, like in your skin, even just by touching it, it can make you super sick. But he shouldn't be touching snails.
I touched a snail yesterday.
You should not do that.
And now my voice is like this.
Eric,
anyway.
poor Eric.
Bill follow up.
Look
You're
out
fine.
for the third
I touched
hand
a
that's going to
snail.
grow.
No, but now I'm like, oh,
No, but you were like, tell me about the snail. Where did you see the snail? Why did you
it's
touch
snails all
it?
the time. What do you mean? It's not in the backyard, I'm sure. Okay, so anyway, all I have to say,
At least he's laughing.
I went on a crazy rabbit hole today, and now I'm
Now I know
sad
you're
about
like,
amphibians.
you fall asleep at like 5 a.m. last night.
Oh,
What are
yeah.
you doing? You're just researching.
Oh my
It goes on
word.
and on. But the final thing I want to leave it with is like I of course I'm so grateful for people who study this stuff and who are here to help the animals that are going extinct and that are endangered and we're hurting them because of our selfish behavior here as humans. I'm so grateful for all those people. I'm not discrediting all their hard work. I'm a dum-dum and I'm just being silly. But it is like something to think about. Like You sure you don't know where they are?
She says that a lot. She calls herself stupid and dumb. And I know I said earlier, I think she thinks that she's smart, but wants everyone else to think that she thinks she's not smart. But I think there's a balance. I think she sees herself as very intelligent in some ways, but also is clearly deeply insecure in other ways. And I think that deep insecurity feeds into her calling herself a dum-dum. But like at the end of the day, if someone's like, Colleen, do you really actually truly in your heart of hearts think you're dumb? I absolutely don't think she would. So it's like this weird, I think she's got a lot of like opposite things going on in her brain at all times, which kind of explains a lot. But yeah.
Yeah.
You're sure. And this is my final point on this. My final point on this is like one of the things on this list of extinct animals, love. It was just on this one website. Could be made up. Who knows? I didn't fact check these.
So if it's on a website, it's true.
The bird cryptic tree hunter, okay, extinct in 2019. That's fine. It's a bird. A bird. It's called a bird cryptic tree hunter.
That's such a long
Extinct
name.
in 2019. Okay. Here's the problem though. It was only discovered in 2014.
Oh.
Okay. So we haven't seen this bird until no one found it until 2014, and now no one can find it, so it's extinct? No. This bird is good at hiding.
What is this character?
Yachts.
What is this character?
I'm just like, it's not a character. I'm serious. You cannot say this animal is distinct. No humans have ever seen it until, and I saw another website that said they first saw it in 1995. But even still, even if it was 1995, like, hello? Like, 1995 is not that long ago. So all of time, no one has ever seen this bird because it's that good at hiding, flying around in places no humans can go to.
Okay.
So you finally see it in 1995, supposedly, or perhaps 2014 is.
So the TLDR of this episode is Colleen does not believe the people that say things are extinct when they're extinct. I will save you all the time in the world. If you don't want to watch the rest of this, Colleen does not believe scientists know what they're doing. There we go.
The other website said, and then all of a sudden it's just extinct in 2019. No, you just can't find it. It's been hiding for all of eternity. It's always just been hiding.
That one. I mean, with only that information, I would probably bet like there's one out there.
Of course there is.
Okay.
But the frogs are actually going extinct. We need to help them out. Climate change.
I think it's
According
going
to
to bring
Colleen.
awareness to this stuff.
Anyway,
Science. You're skeptical.
I'm not a science skeptic.
You don't believe in extinction. You don't believe in dentistry.
I do believe in these things. I believe in extinction.
You think the world is flat, Colleen?
First of all, never say when you want to. It's so strange. I do not think the world is flat, but I do love watching flat earthers debate people.
Okay.
I think it's fascinating. I love it.
I got some relaxes to get through, man.
Okay, sorry to.
Eric's like,
that was a very
I
long rant.
can finally say a word. Finally, he's just like, okay, my turn. Anyway.
What wasn't that all interesting?
I believe that's the first thing on this podcast that's ever been researched. And by research, I mean copy and paste through a few websites.
Oh, I think you're going to say a robo website, which is accurate.
Yeah, it wasn't even www. It was boo boo boo.
It was .edu, .gov.
Yeah.
You know, when a website doesn't end with .com, I'm like,
What do you mean, like a net?
yeah, .net? Yeah. Isn't there one that's like it's like 2 letters?
I don't know.
Or like when people have an email account that's like, you can email me at bob@bobstown.com. I'm like, did you create an email website?
Email? Yeah.
Anyway,
Company email.
Mr. Rax, where you live?
I got a few things that I want to talk about.
I'm sure they're far more interesting.
One thing I need. This is the
H word.
Is the phenomena of when someone can't think of something. Phenomena. We've already talked about this, I'm sure. In the past.
Yeah,
It's like
there's an N on the end.
Yes.
Okay.
I like to say phenomena.
No.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes me think.
That's what I think too. Oh.
It's the phenomena. Do.
Yes.
Of like when someone forgets something, and then they ask you, "Hey, I forgot this thing. Can you tell me?" And you know it, but it makes you forget.
Oh, I hate
them forgetting makes you forget. Mm-hmm. That drives me crazy, and it's so interesting to me that like forgetting something can be prompted, can be contagious in a way.
I totally know what you're talking about. I've never thought of it that way. I've always thought of it as the pressure of remembering it makes me not remember it.
Sure,
so it's
that's
not so
okay.
much that, like, you forgot it, so then I forgot it. It's like you forgot it, and I feel pressure, like,
so now,
that's like there's pressure to immediately say what it was.
It's become a stress.
And then
okay, so that makes
the
more sense.
pressure makes me like panic.
Yeah,
and stress.
The stress and panic of it makes it.
I don't think I've ever forgotten something because someone else is forgetting something, but I think they already talked about the Mandela. Is that what it's called? Mandela effect, where everybody misremembers something. I've definitely done that, and that is so interesting. The brain is just fascinating.
Out your brain.
Yeah, and then you can't remember it, which is even more stressful. So then it makes it even worse.
It can be like, and it's usually like really obvious, like dumb things like, what's that thing called? You know, where like where you put your luggage up in the something.
Right.
What are those things called?
The overhead bin.
But like, imagine that
I
you
know.
couldn't think of overhead
Right.
bin. It's always something like that,
Yeah.
like something mundane that everybody knows and you can think of it all the time. But if you were to ask me that, if you were to do that to me, I would probably not be able to think of overhead
This
bin.
happened to us the other day.
Yeah, that's what made me like
Yeah.
write it down, because it drives me crazy.
Mhm.
It happens. Sometimes I was hoping I could like make it happen.
One of my favorite memories one time was I couldn't remember the word salsa. Don't ask me why. And I was talking to my friend. I was like, that thing that's made out of tomatoes that you dip chips in. She looked at me and she was like, salsa. Are you talking about salsa? She's like, of all words to forget. I'm like, don't judge me. I'm blondish.
Yeah, but no, because I'm
can't be
aware of it,
manufactured,
it can't
yeah.
be. Yeah, it has to be like improv too.
Right.
Because I knew there was no stress about it because I knew you knew what an overhead bin was. I knew you were trying to think. So I was like, he knows what it is. I don't have to panic about this. It's an overhead bin.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh, what's the name of that place? And you were stressed. I was like, oh, I need to think of it to help him.
Yeah.
There's like the stress of the stress.
Right. Yeah. No, that when you put it in those terms, it's what makes sense. But it's so crazy to me that happens. And it happens to me like frequently enough that.
I'm
I
glad
do
that
think
she's
it's
validating.
the idea that it's contagious. I don't think that is. I think it's, for me at least.
I'm glad to see moments when she jumps on whatever he finds interesting and like actually agrees with him on it. Because at least they have some moments of mutual agreement on something.
It's how I said, like the pressure of thinking of it makes it go away. But
That makes more sense.
the contagious thing is interesting to me because there are weird things that are contagious that make no sense.
Like yawns.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. Was there another thing you were thinking of?
No, it's just that. Why are yawns contagious?
A yawn is like when you like forget your body's like subconsciously needs more oxygen, right? So like, why would that?
I don't know.
I think so.
I thought a yawn was just what is you're sleeping.
I heard,
Okay.
don't make me yawn. I heard or read or something that the reason, if someone yawns and their yawn doesn't make us yawn, it has something to do with like how much of a connection we have with them subconsciously or something like that. And also something similar, I forget the details, with like kiss scenes in movies are designed, I think, to make the viewers feel kind of like in a romantic, I'm forgetting the details, I shouldn't even pretend, but I know there was some kind of correlation between certain elements of kiss scenes in movies, yawns, it all has to do with like our connection to someone and how connected or not we feel. Anyway, sorry for that non-fact.
Fake yawning does not make me
Fake yawning, not contagious. Maybe someone listening yawned. You don't know.
No, maybe, perhaps.
Comment if you yawned when I fake yawned.
Okay, what's your
I
next
tried
one?
not to. I
My
didn't.
next relax is we took a friend out for dinner last week for their
For
birthday
dinner.
to a restaurant. This restaurant was it's pretty nice, and in fact it has a Michelin star.
Ooh.
And I'm sitting in this restaurant where they probably have their sign up that they received a Michelin star, and it just says like Michelin star, and it has like the guy, like the cartoon Michelin character, and I go, Michelin's tires. They make tires. Why do they get to tell us what restaurants are the best? You guys make tires. And I was just thinking, like, that's so strange. Is that real? Wait, it's a tire company that Michelin stars? And once when we were in
You didn't think there's multiple people with the name Michelin?
well, no, it just never occurred to me. I mean, obviously, I'm not eating fixed. I hate going to restaurants. Period. I've eaten one other one when we were on tour with you, with your shows in Amsterdam. We had a 3-star Michelin, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But like this one was just a 1-star. But I think that's a pretty big deal. I think that's
Huge deal.
Huge deal. I think that's rare.
Oh, shoot. No.
I just-
Sorry, y'all.
You can relax.
I have been very curious about, shoot, I have no idea where they were. Oh, well, we'll guess. I've been very curious about Erik's experience in all of this with Colleen losing her career, his thoughts, how innocent he does or does not think she is, whether he really enjoyed the career she had or if he preferred for it to be different, and if this is any sort of relief in a way. I don't know. I'm really curious because he just said he doesn't like fancy restaurants. So I don't know. It's interesting.
But like this one was just a 1-star. But I think that's a pretty big deal. I think that's
Huge deal.
I think that's rare, and I think that's what chefs. My brother's a chef. I think a lot of them aspired to this judgment by a tire company.
But it's
so
not-
I did research, love. Sorry, I didn't print it out.
Yeah, I didn't print it out though.
I didn't print it out, so I'm an idiot. It's also not up on my phone, so give me 1 second here. Okay. Michelin is a car tire company. Do you know where they're made? Do you know
Michigan?
You would think Michelin, Michigan. It's a car state. No, they're made in France.
That sounds fancy.
Michelin is a French tire manufacturer based in Clermont-Ferrand, France. And it's the second largest tire
Sounds French.
manufacturer, only second to Bridgestone, of course.
And they are good at restaurants?
I'll tell you the whole story. So Michelin tires started in France by 2 brothers in like the 1890s, right? They're making tires in France. And then about 10 years or so into them making tires in France, one of the brothers was like, hey, we're making tires. We should make like a guidebook to France. So they like started like the Michelin tire guidebook. I guess like if you're, I don't know. That was like his idea, like because they make tires and cars. So tourists need rental cars. I don't know, but they were like, we'll make a guidebook to tourists visiting France. And part of that guidebook was like attractions, and other things was like restaurants. They'd be like, we like these restaurants. Then about like 10 years into this, putting out this guidebook every year, they started to like really, all became about restaurants, and they invented like around 1926 the star system of like rating restaurants. And now they send like secretly teams of people to restaurants to judge them on all these different things: atmosphere, experience, the food, obviously.
Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be the most fun job, to go to a restaurant to judge like all the elements of it? I used to do secret shopping, and it sounds very similar, where you go in, you don't let them know who you are, but you have a list of questions that you have to gather enough information about the experience to then come back and answer thoroughly, so that the powers that be know what all the inner workings are going on at the place, and make sure that they're doing things well and have good customer service. It's fun. It is fun.
The menu or whatever. But I thought this is just something that never occurred to me. And not something I really think about. But it was because these two brothers in France started a tire company, and they were like, we should make a guidebook. And then we're like, we will be the authority on if a restaurant is good or not. And everyone was like, that sounds fine, tire guys.
I definitely just thought
They weren't chefs. They made tires.
I definitely thought it was just different people with the same name. I never.
But the logo is the guy made the tires. Like on the actual Michelin star like placard, it's the white guy who's like made of tires, and he's like pointing.
So fun.
Really?
Yeah.
They got these the fanciest, most expensive restaurants in the world. They have like lame cartoon is what plaque they get.
Yeah, Tire Man. Like it looks like the Marshmallow Man, but
that's so weird.
Well, I would just like to say, Erik, thank you for that fun factoid of the day. I will be sure to keep that in my back pocket. If I need something to talk about with people, I will share that. So thank you.
You think it would look like a diploma, not like a cartoon diploma. Like this,
a certificate,
like a diploma. Like
it's just a tire cartoon guy, like going like thumbs up.
Fred Flintstone, just like good.
Flintstone, same up again.
She itches her nose
while we
very
were in this restaurant,
youthfully. Like
I was writing this down. I go, while we're in this restaurant, I go, Michelin, the tire guy. I'm writing that down. I got to research that later, but I didn't want to like interrupt this conversation, and so I just quickly opened up my like notes on my phone, and I wrote Michelin guys restaurant is the tire people. And then for some reason, I still don't know how to do this, but the app, like the notes app, started. Where it was like 6 of us, all there talking in a restaurant, and it was like taking dictation, like the notes app. I looked away from my phone, and I looked back, and I was like, oh, it was writing down everything being said in this conversation. No. Why did you delete it? I want to know. No, because I freaked out. It was like, and you looked at me, you're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. My notes app is recording everything that people are saying. Like, and you go, that's the most dad thing I've ever heard you say.
Oh.
It's like me, like technology. I just lost control of it.
And it just started. Yeah, that was very dad of you.
I've had similar things with texting. It's so
funny. Know what we said.
But I know.
Well, yeah, I didn't say that. I mean, I did, but don't.
It felt invasive, you know.
Of course.
I think that's like illegal. I think recording people without their knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even like. It's funny because I use this a lot. So I would like to know how to do
your phone.
Yeah. No, like write down notes to myself.
This device that I have.
No, but do you know that there's a dictation mode in the Apple
I've never
Notes
used it.
section?
I've never used it, so I don't know.
I don't. Like I'm looking at it now, and I don't even know. There's not a button. There's like a camera button, and you can write it one, and like a marker, but there's no like. It's not writing anything I'm saying down now.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I don't know how to make it do that.
I don't know how to make it do that either, love. I'm sorry.
But it randomly was doing that at the rest.
I do a lot of talk to text, and so I'm guessing there was some kind of keyboard input thing that could pop up on his notes app, and then when I talk to text, there's a little microphone at the top of my little virtual keyboard, and when I click that, it listens and writes out. So he must have accidentally maybe tapped. I mean, I have an Android, not an iPhone, but he must have like tapped the microphone symbol somewhere that just started recording. Anyway, not that anyone wants to know that.
Restaurant, and I thought that was pretty silly.
Yeah, I wish we figured that out.
Now all my relaxes sound like a really bad unworked like comedy routine. I got one last. We got one more for you folks. Charging. What are we doing?
Charging?
Yeah, what are we doing here?
What are we charging?
So I can go in so many directions, but this is an actual note that I not dictate but wrote into my phone.
It's about kids' toys.
Charging. What are we doing? I mean, all things need to be charged and are never charged or won't charge.
Yeah.
Can we just go back to batteries?
No.
Ready to put double A's in an iPhone.
Okay.
My phone won't charge because this plug doesn't work. This is the new phone that I got. Because the other phone wouldn't work, because the plug-in wouldn't work to charge. It's not to charge my phone. I have to put on one of those things that doesn't work to charge. We put it on a thing.
This is why I don't like Bluetooth.
Magnet.
The headphones, whatever, the Bluetooth, what are they called? AirPods. We sound so old, but like, those, what are they called? AirPods? AirPods?
AirPods.
This is one of my things I've always said. I don't like Bluetooth stuff, where it's like, but people are like, you don't like wireless? You don't want wireless? I'm like, no, give me the wire.
Yeah.
Because you never have to freaking charge is headphones with a wire. Last night, I was up late and I was making something. I was making a little piece of jewelry, but I wanted to listen to music. And I didn't want to wake anyone up, so I would put my little earbud things in, and they were dead.
Did you go?
Yes, of course. So I put them in the charging case, and guess what else did? The charging case.
Oh
so
my
to charge
word.
it, so then I had to sit there and wait for it to charge.
Then you had to find a charger. You could find the cord, but you couldn't find the little.
It's
Are
plug
they-
that
all.
the cord goes into.
Listen, I get it. Like when I was a kid, I remember hearing. Like,
I'm so clueless and so not Apple related. Like I'm working on an Apple laptop right now, and just the shortcuts have taken me so long to learn. But like, excuse me, all of these things that this needs charge to work for this, but this needs charge first before it can charge this thing. Is that all Apple based or is that not? Because if it is, I feel like Apple just likes to confuse things so that you have to buy more things that are going to confuse you even more. But anyway, that's just me.
like my parents, my grandparents, were like, oh, back when I was blah blah blah, and complaining about how things are, and I'm there. I'm at the point. I don't like cars down. I hate that in cars there's like screens and things and buttons and all that. It used to be like you get in a
just
car
reacting.
and there's a button for air conditioning and a knob. And there's a button for radio and a knob. Period, the end, point blank. And now it's like, which system do you want to use? Which, like there's a bajillion.
It's like an unresponsive touch
Bajillion.
screen.
None of it makes any sense. It takes 20 minutes to get anything to load.
That is something that I've also noticed with her. She does it all the time. When she talks about there being a lot of something, she uses like cajillion, bajillion, trillion. Like she always does that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there is just this uniquely childlike element to that because kids do that kind of stuff all the time. And like she does it all. It's just, there's so many little things within her brain that are like a 6-year-old. And then, then she pulls out all these other actions that are like, oh no, you're a full grown adult with concerning issues. But anyway.
I cannot stand it. And then with
free
your
to make
phone and
whatever
with the
noise you want.
Bluetooth
I
of
can
like
edit.
connecting something to a computer or to your like I just want to plug it in. Just let me plug it in and it works.
So that's not exactly what I meant, but yeah, sure. For that, your headphones and your Bluetooth thing, I've got it. But yeah, no, I'm more meant like everything, like kids' toys. Bought Flynn a monster truck toy that's remote control, but like you don't put batteries in the truck. You have to charge it.
Nice.
And so at the bottom of this monster truck, there's like a little flap that opens and a cord pops out. I have to charge for like 2 hours. We go outside and it lasts for like 10 minutes. It still starts doing a annoying beep telling you that it needs to be charging again. And I'm like, bro, why can't I just put batteries in it? I guess batteries are bad for I don't know how you recycle batteries is difficult and it's a bad thing, but like, I don't know, like it's like everything now. It's like cars. We got to we just flew back. We're gonna get in the car, but first we have to charge the car.
Right.
Again,
That would be
environment.
annoying.
These frogs are disappearing. Like, so I guess we should charge our cars. But like,
Yeah, no,
it just seems like everything in my life needs to be charged.
It doesn't
The
hold
thing I shave my face with, I'm just gonna list things that need to be charged.
everything.
My phone,
just-
my AirPods.
I don't want to charge.
Car.
Everything's dead. Gas to charge.
He's
I was
just like-
It's all dead.
turning into a grumpy old man. He's like, let me just think of all the things that annoy me that I have to charge. Let me just list all of them out. Since Colleen listed all the 5,000 things that are going extinct that she doesn't think are extinct, Eric's now going to list out all the things that won't charge that he has to charge. So this is the best podcast on earth. Absolutely, for sure. I don't deeply regret watching this whole thing.
Dead. And if it's not dead and I go to charge it, it like won't charge. Like I'll wake up so much on my phone, like not have charged. You know what I mean?
I was editing today, and you know what died? The mouse to my computer.
Oh, because mouses can't have cords anymore?
So I had to charge it, but you can't use it if you're charging it because the plug is on the bottom of the mouse. So I can't use the mouse. So then I couldn't edit for a half hour. It sucked a half hour of my day. I was like so mad.
Don't forget to plug in the keyboard down.
So you stayed
either.
up till 5
That was not
a.m.
as hard because that's
It can just because, yeah, it's not
plug it in and then you can just use it.
But still, it'd be something that needs to be charged.
Yeah, if something has to be charged, that's fine. Okay. I don't mind if as long as you can still use it.
The batteries in these cameras need to be charged.
Like how come like the AirPod things? How come I haven't figured out a way where like I can have it in my ears and it's charging? Like that's what's annoying to me is that like
So, there's a,
I
Use
know,
the
but
brain
like
waves
it's,
to charge.
it's just
like you want it to chart with like your brain power.
Yeah.
Like earwax.
Yeah, put those magnetic waves run up to my ears. I don't know.
Is it safe? Is it
I don't
safe
like
to
that
have
you-
Bluetooth headphones in all the time? Is that like a safe?
Nothing that we use is safe.
I wonder.
Phones,
I wonder.
our faces.
Sometimes I fall asleep with like AirPods in, and I wonder if that's like. What if that's like super bad for you?
I don't know.
I had ear fatigue.
Might explain a lot for them. But anyway, just kidding.
Yeah.
I looked it up. It's a real thing.
Maybe your earbuds are too big for your ear holes. Maybe you got small ear holes.
Your ear holes. Why does that sound so wrong?
Well, then I bought those smaller ones, like the old school ones.
The suctiony kinds. I can't wear those. Those hurt.
No, it's a trend right now since we're so old. Is that I saw that there's like a new company that has invented this. Ad obviously, but like there's a new company that's like for advertising on TikTok. They invented like a phone, and it's like a smartphone, but like you can't do any social media on it. Like you can look. Essentially, you can just text call, or look at your emails, and like that's kind of it. And it's like because for people that like
So a
don't,
phone,
yeah, but like not
a flip phone, like what we had.
right. And those are coming back. They're like relaunching that like Nokia phone that everybody had.
Wait, they have flip
What are you
phones?
talking about?
I don't.
Why would they have one of those really super, unless she means the new, I know there's like a newer phone that's called a flip phone, but I assumed it had all the same capabilities as our current phones. Why would she and Erik have like old flip phones? That's some interesting lore. Anyway.
No, like people are like so distracted by these things now that they're like, I just want a phone that's just like a phone.
Who wants?
But I also need to look at emails and texts.
So then you
Like,
have two phones. So you're just making more phones.
No, so it's like get rid of like all the social media on your phone and all that stuff.
So then you wouldn't have an iPhone. You'd only have the Nokia
You'd have this-
or flip phone or something.
Yeah. Would you ever do that?
No, I would absolutely never do that, and no one would.
Well, I'm saying that
Well,
like I would.
that's not
No,
true.
you wouldn't.
I feel like
Would not, because
some like famous actor that like doesn't have a cell phone, and you have to like, oh, Bill Murray. Like Bill Murray doesn't have a cell phone, and like when you want him to be in a movie, there's like an answering service. You call, you just leave a message to make it like an offer to be in a movie, but he doesn't have a phone.
that's fine. You would never do that. You need GPS. You never would GPS.
That's probably on this phone.
Stuff with the arcades. Like I feel like there's always something
Get a
like with my children
Garmin.
where I need to have my phone to
Still
like
Garmin's
locate
though,
something or
right?
search something. Like
Yeah.
if something like I need it always to have full access to internet. Social media you don't need. You can always delete that from your phone, you know. But the other stuff, I feel like in today's society, it is kind of almost a necessity.
Yeah.
They're starting to say that like are they trying to put it into like law or something? I don't know anything. I'm really dumb with politics and whatnot. But like are they trying to put like a law or
Claiming
make it
she's
something
dumb
that
again.
internet like Wi-Fi is a basic human right? Should be a basic human right. Like people should be able to access Wi-Fi
Yeah.
everywhere.
I think that's like a that's
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
See, like, if that's like where the world is going, like, I think you kind of need to have access to the internet just as how our society is. If you want to, like, be a part of society. Well, at least with children, I feel like. If you didn't have kids, I feel like it might be different. But with my kids, I feel like it helps me feel safer knowing that, like, I'm a Google search away from finding out that dolphins are evil
Yeah.
to help, our kids in some.
Colleen and children and internet are three things that should not ever have combined and should not be able to continue to combine. And that is all I'm going to say about that.
My.
What's
But,
that?
huh?
Or like what's that rash?
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I meant. I was making a bad dolphin joke. But yeah, like what's the rash or what does this mean? When do I need to take them into the doctor or how to make slime with my kid or
Yeah.
get to a certain place? What's the a healthy snack recipe or how to get more of this particular thing into their diet and stuff like
How to create a group chat with minors so that I can have really inappropriate conversations that then I claim maybe I shouldn't have done a couple things, but I really didn't do anything that was that bad. Maybe that. Yeah. Sound familiar?
that. I feel like
That led me to another thing that needs to relax.
oh my gosh, we're on a roll today.
This is my last one.
You can have as many as you want.
You
Thank goodness.
hyperfixate on hobbies,
Okay.
and now it's slime.
You know what's funny?
And I think it's fine because like you're doing it with our son and he loves doing it, and like, but like you do it alone too now.
You know what's so funny though? Is that there was one night where I played with slime for 10 minutes. And now you're saying that I'm obsessed and hyperfixated on slime. I'm actually
I get the mail.
Ooh.
I get the mail, and it
We're
seems like
getting
every day.
some tension. I've been wondering when we can get back into talking about their dynamic as a couple. And he made a comment, and she's like, "It's so funny that you should say that because that's not true." Erik, how dare you accuse me of this thing? Get the popcorn.
When I get the mail, there's like a new box of like an independent artist slime that's being sent.
Has there been a new one? Did I get one today?
You expect you want?
No, because
I gave you one yesterday.
No, whatever one you handed me most recently was the one that I was playing with a couple nights ago that you were like, oh my gosh, you're obsessed with slime now.
It's all over every table in our house.
That's our son.
Every flat surface is
That is
slime
our
on
son.
it. And guess what, guys? It's slime.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's not.
I've
It's
never played with
everywhere.
slime. I don't like slime until this the box that you just most recently discovered for me. That one actually did have some good slime, but Flynn does really love it.
Yeah.
He loves it, and I didn't understand it. I've always
That was
hated
really
slime.
interesting just listening to her reacting to him thinking that he's completely incorrect. You could see in her body language, she scooches back, she closes her eyes, she's absolutely shutting off. And I'm sure that's what she tends to do when conflict gets bad. She probably just is like, nope, we're not talking about that. I mean, clearly we've seen her evidence that.
I've never been into it. And then I found this one particular type of slime. I'm like, oh, this is enjoyable, but I haven't played with it or used it since that one night where I was playing with it for like 10 minutes.
I'm sorry.
But I am excited by
And she
like,
glares
the
at him.
cute aesthetic of like people are very creative. These slime companies,
Yeah.
what they make,
They are really creepy.
and those are really
Where do you
fun.
buy? Where is this like on Etsy or something?
Yeah, there's Etsy shops, there's TikTok shops, like it's like
Because they all look like thank you for supporting my small
Yeah.
business. And I'm like, oh wow, someone's like making a.
It's really interesting how quickly, I mean, I'm sure I'm just reading into things way too much, but it's interesting how they bounce right back from her very clearly correcting him because this is probably a daily occurrence where he says something or she says something and they don't agree with each other and they very firmly put each other back into their place and they're like, alrighty, moving on. They're probably just really used to that by now.
Ton of these, and they're like living room and garage.
Yeah, they're
Shipping up.
becoming like huge warehouses and stuff. These like young girls, like young women.
Oh, that's cool.
Um,
Slime entrepreneurs.
no,
Review some comments.
Oh, fine, I will.
He's
Let's
like,
get out of here.
please.
All right, let's read some comments here.
I
Thanks for all
called
the
it.
comments.
He's
Keep them
so
coming. Love
sick
them.
of this.
I love hearing your guys' thoughts and feelings and opinions on my stupidity and Eric's hotness.
Stupidity.
Stupidity. Did I say stupidity?
No, it's just the way I said it. I can be stupid too sometimes.
Oh wait, so you were making fun of me? You just said it that way.
No, I don't know what it was. Honestly, I'm just thinking.
Are you sleeping? Wonderful. Okay. So let's read some comments. Liz said, "I love the Truck of the Day segment. Can we get a throwback and have Erik bust out the guitar and sing a song? People are wanting you to sing, Letty. Let's hear that majestic
Okay,
voice.
y'all, we do
I wanna hear
not
it.
need
Like
a singular, one more. We do not need one more stringed instrument with song on this channel. We all know the one that has now defined the channel or her other channel. We don't need any more. Thank you. Good night.
I used to do songs on the podcast.
Yes, of course. Huh. Let's hear you sing, love. You got a song right now?
Not right now. Maybe next time then. But I don't think people actually want that.
Savannah said,
Aw.
Erik is a hottie. Colleen, you lucky lady. And I agree.
Make me uncomfortable section.
No, it's the I'm the lucky lady section. And it's Father's Day. This is Father's Day's coming up after this episode comes out. So it's celebration time to celebrate your hotness right now. That's what it is. That's why I read that comment. Happy Mother's Day. That was your present, me reading someone else's comment about how you're hot.
Thanks.
Do we really think that she is that attracted to him? I'd be curious if anyone's made it this long into my commentary, which if you have, you're amazing. Do we think she's that attracted to him? I don't know. I don't know what to think.
That's nice.
Okay, Connie said, anyone else want to see Colleen and Erik blaze up during an episode? I can take it very easy just to see what
Anyone
happens.
else want to see Erik and Colleen have panic attacks?
You're right.
I mean, of course, have someone there to watch the kiddos, but just that. You don't want to see that.
Although it's legal in the state, I don't think. Fine, let's do it.
No.
Yeah.
You can if you want to. Do it.
Who says I'm not right now?
I mean, you're not.
Oh,
I have
boy.
tried the Mary Jane. Is it the same band?
Sure. Well, the singer?
No, the singer.
I mean, J. Blige.
Oh, is it not Mary? It's Mary Jane.
Yeah, people say that.
Oh, I don't know.
But there's lots of slang terms for it. Doobage,
Doobie?
doobies,
Anyway, I've tried it a couple of times and
Green
I
stuff.
do not enjoy it.
purple herb.
I don't like it at all.
You don't like it?
No, don't like
You
it.
don't like swag,
I like swag.
but not swag.
Is swag weed marijuana?
It's like a bad marijuana.
Oh, my. I definitely don't.
Tell me about a time.
I tried it and I laughed so hard. I remember thinking I felt like my body was out of control, but my mind was still present. So
What?
I was laughing hysterically, and I remember in my mind going stop laughing. This isn't funny. In my head, I was like, this is not funny. You can't breathe. You're gonna die from laughing so hard. Stop laughing, you idiot. This isn't even funny. But I had no control over how hard I was laughing.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like, in a way, this is Colleen every day because she has herself said that she will be saying things and at the same time thinking to herself, why am I saying this? I need to not say this. I got to stop myself. I think she, in some way or another, I think she lives in a constant state of not feeling like she can fully control her own faculties, which is weird. And I don't want to say weird, bizarre, fascinating, concerning. Yeah, and weed probably just exacerbated that.
And I hated it. I felt like I was gonna die. I have really hated it so much. Even though my
And
body
also,
might have seemed
I'm super curious when Erik said that if they both did it, they'd have panic attacks, because I wonder if it makes both of them or either of them feel panicky. I don't know enough about weed to know if it's anything like alcohol, but I know with alcohol, I'll drink sometimes, but I'm not ever drunk. And I've heard that it tends to exacerbate whatever you're already feeling, so I wonder if weed's the same.
I was enjoying it and laughing. I did not like it at all.
What did you do? What did you consume?
Marijuana.
In what way?
Smoking it, I think.
Out of?
A thing.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you did a gravity bong it or what we're talking, or
What does that mean?
you know what a gravity bong is? It's when you use water and use the gravity
No, why did I
the
use that?
force.
No, I've never used one of those
Force it.
things. No,
Taking bingers?
No, every time I've tried,
Did you rip a binger?
I don't know what that means. Every time I've tried it, which has only been a handful of times, very small, less than a handful
This
of
is
times.
so sad, but Eric's like, there is something that I finally know way more than her about, and I can show off the fact that I know way more than her, and all she can do is sit there and awkwardly squirm because she has no idea what I'm talking about. You can tell he's really enjoying this.
I've only done it because people are come on, total peer pressured. Like people are like, come on, you gotta try this. Come on, you love it. This way, you're trying the wrong kind. So let me try this kind. It's sativa and the diva and the leva. And try this one with this one doesn't have any of the CVS's in it. Like, and I don't know what any of these things mean.
Oh, indica or sativa.
Yeah, I don't know what any of these things mean. And this one doesn't have any HTC,
it's more THC versus
TLC. Like, I don't know what any of these things mean. And I have tried a few different kinds because everyone tells me I've tried the wrong kinds.
Yeah.
And I haven't tried it in so many years. But like, so that was one time. Another time I tried it, I was extremely paranoid and I thought the cops were going to come arrest me.
Yeah, they could.
And I was sobbing.
Oh.
Like, I'm not fun.
And probably should have. Anyway.
With it.
It doesn't sound that fun.
No.
The thing I don't understand, well, my mind just can't handle it anymore. It's not fun for me anymore for a very long time. But the crazy thing to me was when then, like, moving out to California and, like, edibles is, like, such a thing. Like, people are just like, oh, I'm going to take an edible because I'm getting on a plane. And I'm like, that's the craziest thing I ever heard. Or, like, I was, like, getting a minivan for our family the other day. It was in a car dealership, and the person I was dealing with to get the new minivan for our family, was, like, somehow it came up that, like, that they love edibles and eat them before work.
Yeah.
It's like,
Never tried, but I hear about
KoFi and stuff. It's crazy because what happened to me once was that me and two friends were at their apartment. They were neighbors of mine in this apartment building, and there was like a third-story apartment, and there was like a walkway across like the middle to like the two different sides, like a kind of like a bridge almost, but like 3 stories up. And I had gone into their apartment, and they had gotten these Rice Krispie edibles, but one of them was a Fruity Pebbles Rice Krispie treat edible. And if you know me, I love Fruity Pebbles.
That does sound
and
delicious.
In a Rice Krispie treat, it was amazingly delicious, right? And it was just like the one thing. So I thought, like, I'm going to eat this thing. And they're like, no. And then they saw it. And they're like, no, you're only supposed to like cut a little sliver off and eat it. You weren't supposed to like eat the whole thing. And I proceeded to be on a roller coaster ride from hell. It was crazy. I ended up sleeping. They gave me I ended up hiding under their kitchen table. And they covered the kitchen table with a blanket with me because I felt like I needed it to be safe. And I slept at their apartment under their kitchen table, covered like a tent, because I was too scared to go back across the walkway because it was 2 stories up. And I tried to get out of the apartment crawling, but I was too scared that if I stood, I would somehow fall, just like fall over off the balcony.
Okay, so if there is ever any adult in my life for some apparent reason that offers me anything related to Fruity Pebbles, I'll just say I'm good. Thank you. I don't need anything related to Fruity Pebbles. Alrighty, good to know.
So I ended up sleeping under their kitchen table, like a little.
Never told me that story.
And like then I woke up at like 5 or 6 in the morning and went for a bike ride or something because it was like I just needed to be outside. It was crazy. So I was like riding my bicycle alone at 6 a.m. on like Hollywood Boulevard, or be like, I'm alive. I made it through, guys.
That is.
There's nothing quite like hiding under a kitchen table as what I'm assuming was a full-grown adult, and then immediately going for a bike ride a few hours later. Yeah, that sounds like a wonderful life.
But it was like I
think you're just convincing people that you should get stoned before an episode.
You want that to happen on an episode of this?
Sounds hilarious.
I literally felt like I was on a roller coaster. That wasn't like a euphemism. Like it was meant. My brain was on a roller coaster in my head. It was debilitating.
Yeah, not fun. Well,
maybe next episode.
Next week we're gonna be.
We're done.
There's one more I want to read. Then we're done. Okay, Jen said, my mind was blown because we were talking. I'm always talking about these sea creatures, you guys. I love sea creatures. And this all started because of my love and shock about the fact that narwhals exist.
Yes.
And I love a narwhal. So anyway, Jen said, my mind was blown when I read that a pod of belugas adopted an abandoned narwhal, and they mated and had a baby. And this isn't the first time that it has been documented. And so I looked it up.
What's the name of the cross species?
Oh, a narluga.
Aww.
I said that you had that right on the tip.
That's cute.
Yeah, so a stray narwhal, I just searched it because I was like, what? A stray narwhal has been adopted by a pod of beluga whales, and now baby narlugas are a possibility in the future. The male narwhal was spotted with the pod of young male beluga whales in 2016 in St. Lawrence River, which connects the Great Lakes to the Atlantic Ocean. So this has happened before, like in the past, though, and there's been different. Here's like I found pictures and videos of like this narwhal with a bunch of belugas. And they're gonna make narlugas. And I was like, well, are they just saying it's gonna be a narluga, or has a narluga ever existed? And they have.
Because someone has seen it, love.
You know, but the one I read.
It's possible to see things in the ocean.
You know what I read?
They exist. What?
That
he's bringing it.
Found these narwhals are very hard to spot
because
they're very skittish. They're hard to observe in the wild because they're like skittish and they have to scare people. And I was like, get with me. Anyway, there's these hunters that killed 3 whales, and they ended up being these narlugas. They're like, what are these weird freaking whales? So it was narlugas. This is many years ago.
Yeah.
But like that was, I think, I don't know, maybe that was one of the first times they saw one or something. And that's why I was reading that. I don't know. It was a quick pee. I didn't have much time to do.
I don't know why it's relevant.
That is so awkward. I can't. Oh, they're almost done. I was gonna say I would not mind a narluga plushie. Husband.
You came across this information when you were peeing.
Because I was looking up about narlugas and if they're real, because I wanted to see in our Luca.
And what does having you peeing have anything to do with it?
Because that's the time I had when I was sitting and looking at my phone.
Well, why was that
There's
relevant?
literally nothing that it has to do with it, but Colleen cannot go a singular episode without some kind of literally potty comment, because Colleen is secretly 6. Thank you.
Yes. Why did I bring that up? Why you just say I was looking at my phone and I saw this? Why be like, why 2 times in 2 sentences specify that you were peeing when you came across this information? What? Why did that help?
Because I was saying like I didn't do much
you used to
research
her by now?
because I only
So
have
just
the
say
amount of
that.
time of the pee. Because otherwise it just sounds like I'm lazy.
So you're quantifying it by like pee
It's
time?
like, oh, I didn't do enough research because I didn't care, because like I don't care about research. No, I do care about research. I only had the amount of
You
time.
just only
while
do
I
it
was
when you're
peeing.
peeing. Okay.
It's the only time I
Alright.
had.
I
So
just
it's a short amount of time.
All right.
So it wasn't my lack of research wasn't because of lack of interest or lack of proper research. It was lack of time because my pee was short.
Colleen,
Because
we
it
don't
makes
care
perfect sense.
about when you're
It's like,
peeing and
oh
what
my
you're
God,
looking at when you're peeing.
For clarifying.
Whatever. Thanks for listening, everyone. Please leave comments for us for next week. And
You're welcome. And to the rest of y'all who made it through the entirety of this, thank you for listening to this horrifically long episode. Have a nice day.